Hello everyone, welcome to my channel She Sews Happiness. I'm Mary Ellen and this is my little space where I chat to you about my sewing exploits. So this week I'm just going to share with you what I've been making. I have been buying things, and again I have absolutely no right to be buying things because I have so many fabrics and so little time, and the two of them just are not equating together. But yeah, it's piling up, and so are my plans and my intentions, and I'm just needing the time to sew. But yeah, I'll share with you today what I have been making over the last week. I've got a little project that I'm working on this evening, so I'll give you a sneak peek of that, and I'll share with you some of the nice things that I have been buying as well. So if that sounds up your street, stick around, and yeah, hopefully you will enjoy some of that. So it's Friday evening here, and I'm a little bit frazzled, but I'm in the sewing room. Summer has disappeared. I am back into my autumn wardrobe. All the pretty dresses I didn't get to wear this time last year because I was so pregnant. Like nothing fit it unless it was stretchy. So yeah, it's nice kind of re-exploring things, and I'm wearing my Schultz Apparel Gerda dress. I say my as if it was a singular thing. One of my Schultz Apparel Gerda dresses, I think I have about 6 of them. It's one of my up there patterns that I have made over and over and over again. And this one is made into the novelty quilting cotton from Dashwood, and I do have a thing for quilting cottons when it comes to sewing in my wardrobe. I just find quilting cottons to be really versatile. The prints are really fun, the colours are really vibrant, and they wash really well, they iron really well, and they wear really well, so what is not to like? So yeah, that's what I dug out today, and I have to say it's lovely to put on things that just didn't fit me a few months ago. There's still a bit of a way to go in getting back into the majority of items still in my wardrobe, because I have a lot more more fitted garments, and when I say fitted I mean I'm just a step away from having sewn myself into them. I tend to make even my woven garments with that little tiny bit of negative ease, and yeah, I'm regretting that now. Absolutely regretting that now. So here we are. It's yeah, raining and miserable outside, but in here it's blissful, and that's great. So Friday afternoons are always lovely for us. As Simon finishes work early, we go out and take Henry. We go out for lunch, we do some shopping, we have some coffee, cake, and yeah, it's just our little Friday tradition. And then when I come home, I usually get an hour, maybe 2 in the sewing room, but I'm sacrificing a little just to catch up with you and let you know what's been going on. So I'll get back to sewing once that is done. And at the moment I have a project on the go, and again this is using a quilting cotton, so it's a Lewis and Irene print. It's from the Secret Garden collection, which I will just show you here. I've probably shared this fabric with you before, but I'm not going to say too much about what I am actually making with it. But isn't it beautiful? Aren't those colours absolutely delightful? Yeah, not saying too much because this is going to be a blog for the Cotswold sewing centres, and I'm hoping to have that finished for the weekend and sent through to them, and hopefully that'll be up on the site relatively shortly, and I'll share it with you whenever it is done. Also, just a little reminder, if you're not familiar with the Cotswold Sewing Centres, do check them out on Instagram, Facebook, and go to their website. And if you do fancy purchasing something there from their lovely collection of fabrics, make sure you use my referral code. So as one of their fabric ambassadors, I have a code that I can share with you to give you 20% off the store, and that code is simply Mary20, MARY20. So if you want to do some fabric shopping, go ahead. And that is what I have been working on just over the last half hour or so. Thought I'd have a cup of tea, catch up with you, and share with you what's been going on. So I am going back to work soon. My maternity leave is coming to an end. I just can't believe I have been off for 9 months already. it feels like maybe 3. And while I have incredibly mixed feelings about returning to work and, you know, putting Henry into daycare, I do think we've got to that stage where it's probably of benefit for both of us to do so. I have reduced my working week going forward, so that's a bonus and it will give us a little bit more time together. But yeah, it's gonna be hard, and to be honest, it's going to be harder on me, I think, than it is on him, because he loves the company of other children. He loves just to amuse himself all day long. I think he'll be fine once he gets used to that routine, the times and the schedule of nursery, rather than a schedule which, to be honest, has been led by him over the last 9 months. But yeah, there'll be tears for a few days, and going back to work will be tough. Not in terms of doing the actual job or anything, because to be honest, that's not the difficult side of it. The difficult side is leaving my little boy in the care of others. And I suppose there's that part of me as well that's really jealous of people spending time with him, because I love my time with him so much. And yeah, I will be feeling like I am missing out. But it's happening. And to be honest, if I don't do it now, I'm not sure emotionally I'll ever be in the place to do it. So that's just where I'm at. And I suppose it's always something that could be revisited down the line. You know, I do have the option of taking work-life balance, career breaks and all of that. So it is something that is open to me in the future. But for now, this is where we are. So with my return to work looming in the background, the first thing I made this week was a dress intended for going back to work. And I made a very popular pattern for me, the chock and notch fringe dress, because while I go back to work, I also have to balance in the fact that I am still a breastfeeding mom. I will have to express at work. So the fringe dress has been my go-to recently, and it's going to continue to be. So I think, so I'll probably make a couple of more for the office as well. And I made, and this was just kind of the morose frame of mind I must have had at the time, a plain black funereal dress. So it'll get a lot of wear, that's for sure. And it'll allow me to do all the things I have to do as a mother while I'm at work too. So I'll pop a picture in so you can see it. I have worn it already. I love black. In my 20s, there was this kind of like Victorian Gothic aesthetic phase that I went through. So it's grand. And I actually wish I had more black in my wardrobe, and it's something I might consciously have to start doing, because I do love it, and when I wear it I do feel very elegant and I feel very sophisticated. It just doesn't happen very often since I started sewing. My pre-sewing wardrobe would have had a lot more plain black, plain dark colours, so that's something I need to kind of bring back in, because they're so versatile, particularly in the layering months, which in Ireland is all of them. There's the rain coming down again. So yeah, that's what I made. And because I only get like 15 minutes this evening and half hour this evening, that's pretty much all I really got done, apart from to try out a new pattern for Henry. So I had a couple of recommendations from you guys actually in some of my past videos to try the Brindille and Twig patterns for Henry. So I've done that. I've bought maybe 6 or 7 of those. And the first one I've tried is the little vintage sweatshirt, which is lovely. I find that their neckband pieces and their waistband and their cuff pieces are a little smaller than what I've used in patterns before, which is nice. So it gives the sweater a lovely relaxed fit, but is nice and tightly fitted in the areas where you need it to fit really, really well. So because some of the things that I've made recently, particularly the Waves and Wild, were a bit tight, I did size up on this, and I made the 12 to 18 sizing. Now it is just a little bit big at the moment, but it'll fit within the next month or two. In terms of the measurement chart, I did make the size according to the height, but what I've discovered is my little boy, like me, has longer legs. So for bottoms, he definitely needs the extra length. On the top, he doesn't really. So he's not quite filling this yet, but I just thought I'd give it a go and it'll be there. It was safer actually to size up than to make the size, you know, below that. And so I made this one. And this fabric, I absolutely adore, these little collegiate bears, which kind of reminds me of the Ralph Lauren bear a little bit. I actually have some Ralph Lauren dead stock fabric with a little bear on it, which will be getting sewn up for Christmas. But yeah, this is a fabric I got from Lilly and Mimi. I do have enough left to make another one, so I might make one for now as well in the 6 to 12 sizing, and then I'll have this for the autumn. So that is what I have been sewing, and I'll definitely sew more of those. I'm going to also try out a few more of those patterns and I'll get back to you and let you know what I think. But in terms of actual sewing, so simple, instructions so clear, really well laid out, proper photographs as well if you need them, and particularly if maybe you're not someone who has sewn with a lot of jersey before, and yeah, it kind of holds your hand along the way. But in terms of sizing and everything, I'm finding this to be a bit more reliable than the Waves and Wild that I still haven't got down, because I used both the size he should have been and the size up from that, and I'm still finding that their sizing is a bit on the small side. So I'm going to work through some of these Brindille and Twigs going forward instead. Now, before I get back to my sewing, I'm going to share with you some of the nice fabrics that I have got here recently. So I did go on a little tiny spending spree this week. Nothing too crazy. And one of the first fabrics I've got, it's not the most exciting thing in the world. It is a viscose jersey, black and white stripes. I got this from Beyond the Pink Door, and I actually bought this to replace a black and white striped Monetta dress in my wardrobe, which I have worn to death and I absolutely love it. I do particularly enjoy wearing it during the autumn Halloween season because it goes really nicely with a couple of Beetlejuice pieces of jewellery that I have in my stash. So that's what that's for. That needs to get pre-washed as soon as I possibly can because I need to get ahead of myself. Also with Halloween in mind. How cute is this? I got this to make a little Halloween shirt for Henry because for the run up to Halloween, he's going to need a few Halloween outfits stored in nursery. So I'm going to make a little shirt out of this really cute Dashwood ghost print. That was really sweet. So that's one that I need to start thinking about as well. Some things have just been bought to kind of like put in my stash, and that's something entirely different. Don't mind that, that's just something else that came. Then I have here a couple of meters, I think 3 meters, maybe 2.5, of a cotton poplin. So the story behind this, because I really have no need of it, is that I had this fabric before, but I had it as a cotton lawn. And I made the picnic set by Gertie out of it, and if I can find a picture I'll pop it in for you. But my measurements were much smaller whenever I made that, and I haven't been able to put it on now for over 1.5 years, and I really love the print. I love the navy and the red, so I just thought I'm going to get some and make something that fits me right now, but also something which maybe has ties or something that'll fit in the future to give it a bit more longevity. So that I purchased from Minerva, although that's not where I got it originally, but that's where I found it this time round. So that's that, again, for the stash for whenever I get the chance. The next one, quite jersey heavy, is this beautiful, beautiful cherry print jersey. This is from Fabric Godmother, and I love that the little cherry stalks seem almost golden. They're not, but they just have a real kind of like metallic-y feel about it. And this is a fabric that was kind of made in homage to an outfit in the series, the Netflix series, Emily in Paris. So if I find the shot of that outfit, I'll pop it in for you. The outfit itself I think is grotesque. I wouldn't wear it, but I do love cherry print. I like the fabric, not the outfit. So when I saw this, I had to pick up a couple of meters of this, and I'll make a little jersey dress, or maybe even just like a little sweater or hoodie or something like that for the cooler months. Love the pink and the red. And then the last fabric, which just arrived this morning, is from Sew Me Sunshine. It's the Elodie cotton jersey that I kept seeing last year, and I resisted it, I think 2 or 3 times from 2 or 3 different stores. But again, this is just to make a nice basic for my wardrobe. And yeah, I liked it. I liked it enough to rethink my mistake from last year. So aside from that, then all I've been doing is a little bit of cross stitching. So I finished my project from the Cotton and Twine subscription box. Was it in July? I think it was July's box. Yeah, I think it was the July box, and this was the little design. So ocean, waves and sunny days. It just needs to be pressed, a little bit of felt attached to the back to tidy it up, and then hung on the little hanger. And I think I'll just pop that one into the caravan. I think it would be really cute out there. So other than that, the only things I've been buying have been cross-stitch projects. So I've started one for Henry's room, so I can't even show you, it's in pieces downstairs, and it's a little Christmas themed advent design. It's really cute, and it's by Bothy Threads. It was in their recent collection, which I also got this from. So I could not resist these little sewing mice. Reminded me a little bit of Cinderella. So that's one for me to work at my leisure. This one is something that I bought thinking, oh, I'll get this done for Christmas. But realistically, I'm not getting this done for Christmas. So it's a little table runner. And I thought the wee design was absolutely gorgeous. And the colours, of course, so festive. I don't think I'll get it done, but maybe next year. I maybe start it, but it might be next year before it actually gets put out on the Christmas table. But that's where I'm at. Apart from that, the only other thing I have to show you is something I kind of omitted last time, and I'm really sorry. But yeah, I always forget about things. There's just so much up here going on. So here I have some little prints from Sewjo Box. So Sewjo Box, we're having a little like Instagram competition for their new product, and I was really lucky to have won it. It's a lovely little kind of like DIY needle minder pincushion set, and I have got it sewn up. I just haven't stuffed it yet and then closed it. So it's this gorgeous little queen bee print, and I have the matching half of the panel to make the pincushion that goes along with the little needle organizer. But with the kit there were 3 prints, and on the back of the prints you've got the instructions for making the little needle minder and pincushion. You also have a list of types of needles and what they're used for, etc., which is quite handy if you're a beginner. And then just an example here then of what type of fabrics are suited for each of those needles, etc. And on the other side, which I thought was lovely, you have these really cute sewing prints which I can stick in little frames and pop up on my wall. You can never have enough cute sewing themed art in your sewing room, can you? So yeah, thank you to Sewjo Box for sending those, and I'm sorry I forgot to mention it the last time. It's just everything was piled up on the table and I was a little bit erratic probably as usual, but yes, thank you for that, Sewjo Box. So that's it. I'll share with you what I am stitching at the moment in the next week or 2, but for now I am going to go and drink my tea before it goes cold. It's getting there, and do some sewing, and I'll catch up with you all very soon. Hope you're all well. Thank you again for stopping by and watching, and yeah, if you're new here, please do hit on the little subscribe button as well so you don't miss out on what I'm up to next week. Alright, so enjoy your weekend and I'll see you all soon. Bye.